Criminals are trashing Milwaukee neighborhoods and they're getting away with it.
The I-team discovered 200 reports of illegal garbage dumping in 2019. Fewer than 25 people, though, were cited.
Casey Geraldo looking into why so many people are not being punished.
Dump sites like this one can be found across Milwaukee, but the people responsible for them are not as easy to find. Even when they are caught, the I-team discovered they're not always following the court's orders.
Tires, no bags, the mattress and stuff like that.
Criminals come into neighborhoods like this one and leave just about anything behind.
Somebody, it looks like a fiberglass bathtub on the sidewalk.
To neighbors, it's not just an eyesore, but a health hazard.
We got kids out here that play, and they can really get hurt in some of this stuff.
And nearby homeowners get stuck with the cost of cleaning up, not the person who leaves their trash.
So if you're talking someone drops a ton of concrete in your alley, the person who has to move that is you.
When they're caught, illegal dumpers come before Judge Derek Mosley in the city's municipal court.
I see a lot of frustrated homeowners, and I don't blame them. I would be frustrated. You know, this is no fault of your own.
Those caught illegally dumping face fines upwards of $5,000, but actually catching them in the act is a tough task. In 2019, Milwaukee residents complained about illegal dumping 265 times. The city gathered enough evidence to hand out citations to 22 of the people responsible.
These are individuals that live outside of the city, but are doing work in the city. And instead of doing what they're supposed to do as a business and dispose of that legally at facilities, they decided that I'm just going to dump it here in this alley.
And even when these dumping delinquents are caught, they don't always pay. In an open records request, the I-team found over the last 3 years, prohibited dumping offenders were fined more than $44,000 in Milwaukee Municipal Court. Of those fines, only $8,000, 20%, was paid. Between 2017 and 2019, only 4 offenders paid their fines in full. When you hear that, what do you think?
I mean, it's devastating, simply because as an alderman, I know the fight that's being put up by neighbors and residents across the city of Milwaukee.
Alderman Khalif Rainey represents areas of the city most affected on the near north side. He believes when people don't pay, they should be held responsible to the full extent of the law.
Ultimately, holding them accountable will be what leads to them preventing additional dumping from occurring in neighborhoods going forward. So I'd like to learn more about this. This is something that was disturbing and startling to hear about.
Judge Mosley tells us some offenders have gone bankrupt and can't pay, but others could end up behind bars for not paying their fines.
It makes our neighborhood look real bad.
Noah Watson lives in an area where people dump garbage, but he's also in the hauling business. He's fed up with illegal dumping, but he understands why people choose to take the risk.
They were asking a whole lot of money per dump. Now, I mean, if people are just doing cleanups and stuff and they can't find a place to dump, I mean, that's when we come up with that problem.
Last year, the city changed the way it charges to dump at city drop-off centers. Loads under a cubic yard are free. But according to the city's website, residents can expect to pay between $20 and $90, depending on the size of the load. Alderman Rainey and most people we talk to believe the fees are reasonable to keep Milwaukee's neighborhoods clean. Neighbors just want to see it enforced.
It's kind of discouraging because you have, not everybody, but you have some people that do, but a lot more people are taking pride in cleaning up and picking up, you know. It's just individuals that just not concerned about anything about the community.
We did report this dumping site to the city. If you see an illegal dumping site like this one, you can report it too using the number on your screen. If they're able to catch the person, you could get a cash reward. For the I-team in Milwaukee, Casey Geraldo, today's TMJ4.
Casey, thank you. As part of this report, Joe Wilson of Keep Greater Milwaukee Beautiful showed the I-team how a dump site can attract other offenders looking to ditch their garbage. We also have information on how to get a reward for reporting the offenders. Find this story right now at TMJ4.com.